Hey everyone. So this is a video I really wish I didn't have to make, but here we are. Currently there's some upheaval in the Bambu community. A recent blog post came from Bambu indicating their intention to fundamentally change the way you interact with your printer. Now, dubbed Authorization Control System, this new change seems to further intertwine their cloud ecosystem with your printer in the name of security. Now, on its face, it sounds like a good thing. In the past, Bambu has had a few public flubs that pointed to cloud infrastructure weaknesses. One such example is the cross-camera feeds, as well as random print execution on many printers all at once connected to their cloud. Now, as an owner of many printers, both Bambu and otherwise, I can appreciate an attempt to improve security. However, the closer you look at this suggested change, the less it seems to be about that. What is changing? Bambu is introducing a new piece of software dubbed Bambu Connect. Now this piece of software at its core is really Bambu Studio without the slicer. All the PC applications that are not created by Bambulab must communicate to your printer through this new tool. The network plugin will also be deprecated in the future. The X1 series will get a firmware update adding this feature first, with other printers getting their updates in the following months. Now, currently this only applies to the beta branch firmware for the X1 series, so if you have one, take note. There are already discussions between the Bambulab team and third-party slicers to implement the Connect plugin or component into applications like Orca to mitigate this impact. However, the issue is that the authorization mechanism also applies to MQTT and other requests that go to the printer. It doesn't just apply locally, it applies to cloud requests as well. So only authorized requests will be allowed for most things. And the list of requests that don't require this authorization is very short. The blog post was also clear that LAN-only mode was not spared and did not escape this limitation. This poses issues for X1 Touch, Panda Touch, OpenSpool, and Home Assistant, as well as other integrations. And these all rely on the status quo account communications and MQTT comms. And as a user that often likes to augment printers and other items in my workshop and workspace, this is a worrying trend. I do think there's an argument to be had for Bambu to do a better job locking down their cloud against excessive and malicious API calls. There is also plenty of room for allowing local MQTT calls and other communications in a standard API to talk to the printer directly on your own local network without providing cloud access except for Bambu services and devices. I think this is a middle-of-the-road compromise that can give Bambu what they want or what they seem to want, while also not cutting out power users. So this points to something that many people have already pointed out in the past, that there is no need to hit the cloud or internet every time you want to send a direct command or send a file to your printer anyway. So really this kind of leads us in a direction that maybe this isn't about convenience or security after all. I don't want to speculate on the intentions behind this move from Bambu, but it doesn't feel like it's strictly based on security. That might be where this started out, but it does feel like they're making a solution that isn't necessarily the best fit if they were trying to improve security for their products by making them more cloud reliant. At least that's my take. I really hope Bambu chooses to recalibrate their approach a bit, offering a choice to send LAN communications to our printers as we please. Even if this is behind a waiver of some kind, I would accept that. That's just like the third-party firmware waiver, and I don't think that's unreasonable. There has been quite a bit of backlash in the forums and in Reddit, but there's also been some pushback from happy users amongst the community who are not as impacted. So it's really hard to gauge the temperature of this discussion at the moment, but it definitely has seemed to boil over into other communities and get some attention. So I at least appreciate it's not getting just swept under the rug just yet. Now, what can you do? So if you have no intentions of using non-Bambu software and you are a Bambu user, it may not affect you. You don't have to do anything. If your printers and workflow are impacted by this, your best option is to avoid any firmware updates until things calm down. If you are worried about the direction this is taking, and whether it's the way that Bambu is responding to some of these issues, whether it's feeling like you don't own your own devices, etc., feel free to leave some feedback in Bambu's forums or on their site via one of their support ticketing systems. There's also the option to send a message directly to their dev contact, which is shown on their blog link, and I'll link the blog posts in the description for this item. I really want Bambu to succeed in this space, and I think there's a lot of value in having a polished experience for new 3D printing hobbyists to really just get into the space without a lot of the friction that used to exist. I just want them to improve their system in a way that doesn't run off some of the most creative tinkerers in the space. I've been left feeling a little bit disheartened by this news, and I hope to have a more positive update in the future. For now, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.